Hmm. Hey, world. Um, I wanted to come here real quick to talk about something that I noticed. Just because I haven't been like doing content or whatever, I've been um I've been watching um people on social media. My title is how social media has really destroyed us, as people. Now, don't get me wrong, social media can be for a great cause, but I've been watching social media do a lot of harm to people. And what I mean by that, like, for instance, people get on social media, right? And they can become whoever they want to be. They can act like whatever they want to act. They can pretend to have whatever they want to have. And then I noticed that you have a lot of people who use their platforms for evil. What I mean is when they start doing all that doxing, you know what I mean, looking up people's families and calling people jobs, and you know, to me that's a form of sickness because you have nothing else better to do but to use social media for that. And another thing, how it destroyed us, because I watch people that claim they have families, they claim they have husbands and wives, but when I go to watch people replay, I see you're in this, um, you're on this channel, you're on that channel. It's like a all day thing with you guys. So when do you have time to spend with your family? Is what I'm asking. You know what I mean? Just for the world to know. When do you really have time to spend with your family, or nourish your kids the way they need to be, or teach your kids the way they need to be taught? I don't understand how somebody could spend all day on social media, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, um, Instagram. It's like all day. Is that what your life consists of? That that's the question I want to answer. And then I also notice how social media destroys families. My daughter she watches Beagle, I guess, and there's a bunch of sisters, biological sisters on there, and I guess they had chaos in their family prior to coming to social media. However, social media has boosted up. Now they're fighting one another on social media for the world to see. I watch social media destroy marriages. They start off together on social media. I watch couples murder one another because they on social media got something to prove to, I guess, to this world. It's not gonna be a long life. And I watch some people take themselves out due to the pressure of social media. I know that. Well, I'm not gonna say I know. My opinion is, you know, although social media could be used for a great thing, is definitely being used for evil. You know what I mean? It's one thing if you're using to make money and to promote the gospel, or to promote positive things. But when I go in, another thing, when and how did people come up with all these sectors? You know, my sector, the black sector, the beef sector, Kanika Jenkins sector, the manosphere sector, the Mo3 sector, the mommy sector. It's so many sectors that people. I'm like, why we just can't watch YouTube? Why you have to be from a sector? It's kind of, to me, my personal opinion, it's kind of weird. You know. Also, like I said, social media has caused a lot of murders. Y'all, I guess some of you seen the people who have been murdered on social media, whether it was a lover murdering, their lover or their spouse, or out of jealousy. And that's another thing. I don't understand how people, you live in a whole nother state talking about meet up. Who wastes their energy to go and meet up with anyone? I'm not coming to where you at for no drama. I don't know you. I'm not gonna waste my time doing that. Like, social media has really changed a lot of people. Either you, and I know some people that came on social media bums, And what I mean by bums, like no job, living off somebody, no money. And then when you start making a little money, your head gets so big it's bananas. You get so cocky, so arrogant. When I used to like you, now I don't care to watch you. You know what I'm saying? Because your head is so big that I don't want to see it explode. You know what I mean? I mean, it's ridiculous. I like positive things. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I don't like the goofy mess and stuff, but when you take it off of social media and start interfering with people's life, I think that's where we fail up as people. So that's why I said, to me, social media is really destroying our people. And I think it's either you have nothing else going on in your real lives, that you're on here every day in everybody's chat, like just either starting trouble or you know what I'm saying. He said I just shit my pants. I hope you got some tissue and some wipes. Anyway, but I just want to say that about social media real quick, because I just sit in the clouds and I just watch so much stuff. It is ridiculous how men going against women and calling them all types of names, and hey Art. Oh, I haven't really been doing any lives, or I just started back to keep the people up with my son's murder case. But I was just coming up here real quick to talk about social media, how it's destroying us. It's good to see you. Good to see you. I have to get back in the algorithm, guys. I've been gone for a long time. Life has been life, and now that I'm in trial with my son's case, it's really like I'm reliving the moment I got the phone call. You know what I mean? Um, but I think that we need to, we're, first of all, let me say this. We as melanated people, not all of us, but we're too smart to be doing dumb things, because that's what they want us to do. They want us to act foolish on social media. They want us to get at each other. Like, we're really doing just what they want us to do, guys. It's just my opinion. You know what I mean? You can take the social media and use it for greatness. Teach somebody something instead of doing foolishness. You know what I mean? Thank you, Art. It's good to see you. Also, I was saying I want to touch on a little bit about my son. Like I said, we resume the case December the 2nd. But I want to say this: my son was never in no gang or anything. He actually was in the house at his cousin's, and his girlfriend called for food. And he was going to get her food and walking in his building. You know what I mean? You don't have to be in a gang just to get shot. You could be at the, I can't say the wrong place at the wrong time. You know what I mean? Because if it was the, you know, if it was supposed to have been that way, he would be here. But and here's the thing: what you guys don't understand. Um, on a Thursday, I got pregnant with my son. How I know? Because I always had protection except that night. I got pregnant Thursday. His father was killed Friday. I found out I was pregnant after we buried him. So I had to live through that. And now here I am now. My son is gone. He left me a son, a grandson. You know what I'm saying? Um, and my son was a, I'm not saying he was perfect, but he had love in his heart for people. He would help anybody. I don't care who you were. He see you on the streets and you need help, he would do so. And it's like, that was my only son, you know what I mean? And my baby boy. And it's like people don't understand how they destroy families when you take their family member away from them tragically like that. You know what I mean? We could prepare ourselves for sickness, but all of a sudden, and the sad part is, yeah, I was in North Carolina when it happened because I had moved to North Carolina. Like now, I'm up here in Jersey for the case, but I moved back to North Carolina not a couple of months ago. And now I'm out of work because I have to be in Jersey for this case. I'm out of a lot for this case, but it's worth it because I've been waiting since 2015. I'm at 19. I've been waiting for this moment. And I'm serious when I say I need all the prayers I can get because it's draining mentally, emotionally. I am a part of a sister group. We meet every other Monday for moms who lost their kids. I do attend counseling for grief. You know what I mean? Because nobody can't tell you how to feel. One day you'll probably be okay, the next day you won't. So what I'm saying is this. Um, I'm gonna get more into details about what happened. Um, and more into details about whatever God tells me to say. But I just want to come on real quick and talk about that social media stuff because I'm just watching how it is really affecting so many people. I hope that you guys will just use it for good and stop. I know drama sells. I know that. I know, like, when I'm doing content like this, we would hardly have nobody in our chats. However, I'm still gonna do content such as this. I don't want no parts of the foolishness. I don't. That's too much energy. You know what I'm saying? That's giving away my peace. Ain't no way in the world. Anyway, with that being said, I just want to come and say that hopefully somebody think about what they're doing on social media and look at how stupid. Like, who wakes up every morning, jumps right on social media and want to argue and beef and dox and look up people and threaten people? Like, come on. You're doing just what they want us to do. When I say they, I'm talking about, Satan. It's because if it's not good, it's evil. It's just simple as that. But with that being said, I just want to say that real quick. Um, and I won't be. I'm okay. Put it this way: I have a lot of stuff that God needs me to talk about. However, I have to take my time because of my emotional and mental state, and I want to make sure it's the right time. You know what I mean? I don't want to just put topics out there and start talking about things just because. I'm hoping that whatever I say can help somebody. I do have another channel that I've made where I can talk like I want to, and not on this one. It's called Lady A Speaks. I'll probably put it in my description later, or somewhere on my channel, on my post, whatever you call it. I've been gone so long, I don't even know what things are called anymore. But I really need all the prayers I can get going through this situation, and I wish this upon no parent, not one, not even my enemy. Okay. With that being said, I hope everybody have a blessed rest of your evening. According to his father and your son's pattern of life, that means somebody else is representing them in their body as we speak. Hopefully, you will be able to find that person and help them through there. And you know what, Art? You might be right because what's crazy is when I met my son's father, he introduced me to his uncle, and his uncle became my best friend, like from day one, because he was in that life. He was living that gay life, but he soon, turned around and got with a lady. But we were friends for 30 something years since I met him. And do you know what? I won't believe it. He died on me. We was on the phone. He was coming from work because we talk on the phone every day. He just died. Like, I can't even say it's been a year. And I kept saying, "You don't sound right. You don't sound right." He said, "Oh, I got dizzy," and I said, "Sit down." He died later on that night, just like that. So I lost all three of them. You know what I mean? And right now, I'm gonna be honest. God blessed me with three grandsons. My daughter had two, and my son left me one. So I lost. I didn't lose three. Three have left me, but I still have my grandbabies. That's why I moved down south, because my grandchildren moved there, and I need those boys. Hey, Lisa, how are you? It's okay. I'm not here long, Lisa. It's a journey. You're right. And you know what, Art? I'm glad you brought that up because I want to get into. I'm sorry, my voice sounded a little tremble. I get, emotional. I want to get into my journey, why all of this is happening. Since then, y'all, I went through homelessness. I went through um, not speaking to family for a while. I went through being lonely. I went through depression, a slight depression. I went through anxiety. I went through a lot of stuff, but God still has me right here in my right mind, and I'm grateful for that. Like I said, I'll break things down to y'all more in detail. I hate when my voice starts trembling when I start ready to cry, but I'll get more into details with you guys. And I think my story is going to help somebody. And just like Art said, according to his father and his son's pattern of life, that means somebody else is representing them in their body as we speak. Hopefully, and you know what? You know what? I have to think about that. You know what? You just really put something in my mind. Thank you for that. Yep, thank you for that. But with that being said, I am in my cousin's house. She doesn't have Wi-Fi, so right now I'm sitting in Wendy's using their Wi-Fi, and I broke my phone, so I have nothing. Well, let me not say that I have nothing. I don't have the equipment I need to go live on a regular like I want to, and to like I'm not at my cousin's house. I don't know why she don't have Wi-Fi, but that's none of my business. Lisa, it's great seeing you. Thank all you guys for coming in, and to anybody that's gonna replay. If you know any mother or anybody that's going through this, share the link so maybe we all can get together and help each other build. Like Chief Stacy, we gotta heal before we can build. So help each other heal so we can build. On that note, I love you all, and thanks for coming through.